wasted taxpayers' money for nothing. You see, you charge somebody for causing financial loss to the state, right? And the basis on which you charge the person is that he supplied fertilizer. The fertilizer was used by the farmers. So what is the basis of the causing financial loss? Senna, never again should any citizen of this country be subjected to this level of persecution. Senna, the Economic and Organized Crime Unit investigated this matter. There was no. You know what happened?
No.
For something for the doctor, and now give it to the CI the investigation afresh. Because they found no wrongdoing.
So Yoko investigated first, found no wrongdoing.
Look, the day Dr. Opuni will talk, excuse my language, the noise NPP people are making about Ora, they'll stop.
I see.
See, this is a man that on the 9th, the DHO wrote a letter revoking his appointment. It didn't end there. They arrested him, went, did searches in his house, proceeded to the mother's hometown. When they got to Kumasi, it was late. He slept at the counterback. So now, what Dr. Opuni had gone through, no Ghanaian should go through that again. I'm telling you.
But interesting enough, through all this, he's been eerily quiet.
In fact, he said no comment. See, the trial is this war. I feel a bit emotional about it. See, let's even put this matter and let's go to the trial itself and see how wicked people can conspire. The former Yoko boss shows Opuni's account. For 1 year, he had no access to his bank details or accounts.
For a whole year?
1 whole year.
His accounts were frozen?
Oh, brother. For a whole year. Finally, when we managed, we went to court before Justice Georgina Dacha. We set the application to set aside the freezing order. It went before Justice Dacha. Justice Georgina Dacha, listen carefully, took the freezing order up. Yoko lawyers were in court. They were not opposed to the application. Immediately we stepped out of court, they came and refiled the same process. We applied to set that aside, and now the judge says, I will freeze it again. On the basis that she wants to err on the side of caution. I was in court. It didn't end there. We went to the Supreme Court. That day, my mother declared to a man and court. They asked the local lawyer, Mrs. Botia, or something, that, Madam, what you have done at Yoko, and as a lawyer, you are here defending. If it happens to you, how would you feel? If you claim that a person received money, 23,000 from someone, freeze that 23. Why freeze the entire account? That's how wicked people were towards Opuni. Go. Now back to the trial itself. After the prosecution closed their case, I feel so sad this morning talking about this matter. After the prosecution closed their case, it was clear that no wrongdoing had been done. Now guess what happened? Opuni's lawyer, Mr. Sam Okuju, led by Mr. Sam Okuju, did submission of no case. You know what happened? Do you know what happened?
No, please, sir.
The judge, Justice Wonyonuga, my Lord Justice Wonyonuga, wherever he is, he should pray that this thing never happens to any of his family members. We should never treat any fellow Ghanaian with this again. See, my Lord Justice Wonyonuga went home. Listen, and in the submission of no case ruling, do you know what he did?
No. No.
Documentary evidence that he received during the trial. And these were documents that defense attorney tendered through prosecution witnesses. Tendered through prosecution witnesses. Now, listen to me carefully. When the document is tendered through the prosecution witness, the judge will ask, prosecution, any objection to the tendering of this document? Then you will record, no objection. I say you do what? You will record, no objection.
Okay. So these are documents that were not objected to.
Objected to.
Okay.
Section 6 of the Evidence Act is clear. Objections and everything must be taken at the time the document is being offered.
Okay.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
Is that not the case? Now, 14 pieces of documents were tendered without objection. Without objection. Now, when Wonyonuga went to write his submission of no case, the same document that he asked the prosecution, because the essence of an objection is that the other party will have the opportunity to respond.
Okay.
So, oh, my Lord, I object to the tendering. Then the judge will say, you who is offering, what is your response? Then he will give a ruling. This one, the person says, I have no objection. So you don't even give a ruling. You admit it. Now, after he himself has admitted the document, he now writing his submission of no case. He now sat as an appellate court and now rejected all those documents.
Something that was admitted by both parties. Nobody objected to it.
No, not that. He himself asked the prosecution. You see, as a judge, you are a neutral person.
Yeah.
So you ask the adversaries. That's why we say our system is adversarial. It's not inquisitorial. So you now ask prosecution. They want to tender this document through your witness. What sayest thou? Listen carefully. What says thou? And he says, no objection. Now, when he went home to do his submission of no case, the ruling, he now started rejecting 14 pieces of document. But you know the interesting part?
No.
Documents that were tendered to prosecution witness, the same 4 that were favorable to the prosecution, he left it there. And now said, the document that he admitted offends the hearsay rule.
Explain that was hearsay rule, as in?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Therefore, bro, I mean, so sometimes we need to be careful. We are building a nation. If my case is bad, tell me my case is bad. Look, what my Lord Justice Onyenuga engaged in was judicial ambush of Opuni and Sedu Agogo, with only one sole purpose: to convict them at all costs. Never again should we subject any Ghanaian or Ghanaians to this kind of thing. It is not good. It offends good conscience. It is banal. The trial of Opuni is akin to the Spanish Inquisition. Horror. It was no longer a criminal trial. It was barefaced persecution.
And this is not the first time you're saying this. Why do you think that the government at the time, the Nana Akufo-Addo government, will persecute Mr. Stephen, Dr. Stephen Opuni?
Politics, 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 politics.
Politics, and why target him?
Well, they better know why.
Even though he rarely spoke, I wonder, for those of you who dealt with this case at some level, what has been his feeling about this case all this while?
No, you say?
He barely spoke. In fact, yesterday he only thanked God and said that God has, I've forgotten the exact word he's used. But
anytime we spoke, Dr. Opuni had a very simple response. We serve the living God.
We serve a living God.
Yes. See, let me tell you, for many, many years, the jurisprudence that we came to learn that in a criminal trial, in a criminal trial, once the judge is no more, because this concerns the liberty of an individual, start de novo. Liberty issues are elevated to different standards. A High Court judge, after Justice Onyenuga left, took the view, rightly so, that no, you start the case de novo. Godfred appealed. He appealed. The Court of Appeal said no. When it's a criminal matter, you can start from where the previous judge left off. You see, me always you. Whatever judicial decision you give, if you have in mind that you want to hurt Edudzi, remember, it is ahead of you. May we not go through this again. Never. Even my worst enemy, I won't waste it.
So for you, this one, even though perhaps you might be excited about this movie, is 7 years too late?
Sure. Look, I say no. I feel so bad.
Well, were you always convinced of his innocence from looking at the evidence as a lawyer?
Why do you think the judge rejected those documents? He himself came to the conclusion that with those documents on record, no reasonable judge will convict the person. In fact, no reasonable judge should ask them to open their defense. Because you see, those pieces of documents were completely exculpatory. Completely. Why? Why? What do you do in the name of politics? But you see, you know the funny thing? Whilst he was first of all, he was brought as a court of appeal judge to come and sit with additional responsibilities.
A court of appeal judge.
He was brought to come and sit on Opuni's case specifically with a special warrant. Not only that. Not only that. Once he was sitting on the case, Nanado promoted him to the Court of Appeal, to the Supreme Court. Quid pro quo. But you see how God works. He couldn't finish, and he went on return. Even that he was given 6 months, he couldn't finish. God cannot be mocked.
What do you say to those who may have reservations, who think that what just happened is because his party is in power?
Look, it has nothing to do with his party being in power. Nobody can even say that if the president knows what happened.
So for you, the matter speaks for itself.
Beyond that.
Let me conclude by asking you what's the best, what do you think, considering what you just said, what's the best reparation for him?
Freedom is priceless.
And that is enough?
The vindication is enough.
Well, thank you and congratulations on being named the. Are you the NPA? Does he put SML under you?
Joe Mahama will be speaking on SML.
Okay. I hear. Well, congratulations. And so far, I know they are early days yet.
God is.
You are settling in nicely, I believe. You are settling in well.
It is so.
Well, thank you. Thank you for speaking to us and wish you the best in your new endeavor.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I regard the uncle.
Yeah, she said she will soon moving, so prepare her office. Let them prepare her office. So
create an office at my secretariat. Co-CEO.
Co-CEO, yes.
No, Senya, look, the things Opuni and Sedu went through, horror. Look. So let me leave it.
When will he speak? I've been wondering, because even yesterday I thought it provided an opportunity, but he still is quite reserved about talking about the things he's gone through. In fact, there are people who will tell you, do you know what Dr. Opuni has gone through? But we really haven't heard the story yet.
It was sheer wickedness. Wickedness of fellow men against a fellow man. Senna, look. The God of Opuni never sleeps.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Lawyer Godwin Dijukujo Tamaklo is that it was okay. So I realized that Alaska is still writing director legal of the NDC. The man's position has changed, though. But anyway, we spoke to him as someone who was in fact, who spent a significant amount of time in the Opuni case. And you have to monitor that case to tell for yourself what some of the things that happened. One moment there's a decision for him, the next moment is reversed, and he's been through all courts. Like, which court has he not been through? High Court on many occasions, Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, back to the Supreme Court, gone to the Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, and he just keeps going from one court to another. Well, that's for today. But now the state has decided to drop the charges against him and, of course, Mr. Seidu Agongo, who is a businessman who supply. All that happened was a supply of fertilizer, little bit fertilizer for use of cocoa farmers. They provided evidence on record that these fertilizers worked. These fertilizers were tested and approved, and they worked, and farmers were happy.